What Would You Make is a collaboration where everything is made from wood. Hi, my name is Cindy, aka Z9designs. Keep watching and be sure to hit that subscribe button to get some woody ideas that are outstanding. In the woods? DIY number 1, a beaded Christmas ornament. The supplies needed include 3 different sized beads, 1 large, 4 medium, and 4 small, some wire, white chalk paint, gold metallic paint, red ribbon, and some pliers. Now this ornament is easy, but you can make it larger or smaller depending on your size of the beads you're using. I cut a piece of floral wire about 8.5 inches in length and set it aside. Then I got on to my painting. I painted the large bead gold, and the remainder of the beads with white chalk paint. After they were dry, I took the wire and I looped the bottom so that the beads would not fall off. Then now, after the beads are dry, now I'm going to thread them onto the wire. So I began to thread the 2 smaller beads first. And they did not fall off because remember, I've got this loop down there. Then I followed it by 2 medium-sized beads, 1 large bead, and that's the gold one, 2 medium-sized beads, and lastly, 2 smaller beads. You don't want them to fall off at the bottom, and you don't want them to fall off at the top. So at the very top, I made a loop. And within that loop, I threaded some red satin ribbon and tied a knot at the top. And this looks so high-end and beautiful. You can hang it on your tree, and now you have a beaded tree ornament. What do you think? Now, this can be made with assorted colors and different kinds of beads. I can see it in all maybe gold or all white or with different color ribbon on it, depending on what you can do. And this is so easy that even your kids can help. That might be something you want to do to get ready for Christmas. What Would You Make is an open playlist with the hosts Rustic and Lace DIY and Divine Design. The guest host is Crafting My Best Life with Lisa. These are amazing crafters, and they have challenged us to make 3 or more items made from wood. So be sure to check out their channels. Also, subscribe, like, save, and comment. And I've listed the link to their channels in the description box below, so take a look. And there are other crafters like me that share their crafty ideas, so be sure to check out our channels also. And the link to the playlist is in the description box below. So let's get on, and thanks for watching thus far. DIY number 2, a wooden frame with snowflakes. The supplies needed include a wooden frame from my stash, wooden snowflake, some white chipboard, ivy green acrylic paint, 1 inch by 1 inch wooden squares. You need about 14 of them, or more or less depending on how big your frame is, hot glue, and reptile adhesive. So I found a wooden frame as I was cleaning my garage and thought it would be perfect for this collaboration. I had these squares that were 1 inch by 1 inch and thought, I think these will look really, really good around the frame. So I started out by putting one in each corner. Then I would know how to arrange the others. And I put 3 on the sides, evenly spaced, and 2 on the top and bottom, evenly spaced. Then I use hot glue and a little reptile adhesive to adhere them. Now, of course, I had to remove about 2 or 3 tiles because they were not exactly straight and it didn't look like 100% like I like it. And so I cut a strip of paper and I used that to measure in between the tiles so that it would be more evenly spaced. And it worked out. Now, the other thing that I did, I originally painted the frame in the color real brown. But I wasn't feeling that color, so I painted over it ivory green, and I like it much better. However, the brown wasn't awful. And then I cut a piece of white chipboard that will fit into the frame to size. Then also I had these wooden snowflakes, and I was trying to decide, should I paint it white or should I leave it as is? I decided to leave it as is, and I just hot glued it in the center of the frame. I think if I had painted the snowflake, it would have been too stark of a white, and I thought it would be more interesting if I left it natural. Let me know what you think. Now, this frame can be used any time of the years, but I think it looks really great for this season. When Christmas is coming, you can put a picture of your pet in there, or your children, or places you've been, your wedding photos. I mean, the sky is the limit. So let me know what you would put in there. DIY number 3, wooden church. The supplies needed include a wooden house from Dollar Tree, wooden arrow from Dollar Tree, a wreath with red ribbon and red and gold beads. They were tiny. White acrylic paint, a rustic bell, brown acrylic paint, clay and mold, gold spray paint, popsicle sticks, hot glue and wood glue, a cutter, and crafting paper. Now, this is my second time making a church, but this one is much larger than the other one. You remember last week or so, I made a small one that was in the wreath, and I made it out of popsicle sticks. But this one is different. I took a sheet of crafting paper that was off-white with brown streaks throughout, and they were horizontal. I used reptile adhesive to adhere it to the house, and then I set it aside. Reptile adhesive works really good for me. It was nice and smooth. I had no lumps, no bumps. It was great. Since I needed another piece of wood to make the steeple, I used a piece of wood that was shaped like an arrow, and cut it somewhere near half of it. And I shaped it to look like a steeple, but I really didn't need to do that because I was going to use the popsicle sticks as kind of the roof line, so I didn't need to do that. However, I used the same paper to make it match the bottom part of the church. And for the roof line, I just used some popsicle sticks and I mitered the highest part of the steeple. And that was so I would have a point. And I even used white acrylic paint and dry brushed the paper all over. In addition, some brown paint to just kind of go over the edges to kind of make it look a little rustic because it's not a modern church. Then I cut 2 popsicle sticks with a rounded shape at the top and painted them brown. Then I put clay in a mold to kind of resemble door handles and painted them gold. You remember the old-timey church that you press down on the handle and open them? So it was fitting that mold. Lastly, I put a wreath with a red bow at the top of the church, and then I put a rusted bell in the steeple part. And I think it gave it the pizzazz that it needed. So let me know what you think of the church. It stands up by itself. It's kind of like a shelf sitter, but I did put a piece of tumbling tower block in the back in case it needed to lean a little bit. So if you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. And crafting is very satisfying, but also challenging work. I always enjoy encouraging comments. So follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching and commenting each week. I really appreciate all of your comments. You've all been so sweet. Thank you. Remember, to get joy, we must give it. And to keep joy, we must scatter it. This is by John Templeton. See you later.